Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and I am back with my bookshelves. Yes, I am back in the United States. If you're new to my channel, for the past year I have been living in Japan, and so this is pretty exciting. I'm back with my bookshelves and my books, and yeah, so it's been a lot. So this is kind of like my return to like booktube. This is going to be my September TBR. I'm playing Becca from Becca and the Books Bookopoly TBR game. It is the Becca Bookoplathon September 2022. So I will link all that information and her channel down below. If you haven't heard from her, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but here we go. I have my dice and I have my board on my iPad. So here's this. Yeah, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. So I am going to just get at it. So here is my September TBR. For my rolls, I am going to be doing 3 rolls, and if I get doubles, that will add it on because I don't know how much I'll actually be reading because my life is ever changing right now. But I have my 2 die and I have my porcupine. It's an eraser. I've been using them. Look at this poor little butt. Anyways, here we are. And we're just gonna roll. So, okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. People! There has to be people on the cover. Or a person on the cover. Okay, here we are. Okay, I'm back. Hello. So, first up is people or person on the cover. Okay. People or person on the cover. It says ideally as like a facial, like focal point. Okay, I found one. I'm going to start off trying to make this month easy on me. I haven't done a TBR in a very long time and I have a lot going on. So, if you can make this easy on me, that'd be fantastic. So the first one I am going with a person or a face as the focal point on a cover is going to be Witchy by Ariel Slemmet Reese. Reese? Not sure. So in the kingdom of Hyalin, the strength of your magic is determined by the length of your hair. Those who are strong enough are conscripted by the Witch Guard, who enforce the law in peacetime and protect the land during war. However, those with hair judged too long are pronounced enemies of the kingdom and annihilated. This is called a witch burning. So it's a graphic novel and the art looks absolutely beautiful. Like, look at those colors. Look at those colors. Gorgeous. So book number 1, look at that facial focal point on the cover. Roll number 2. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pub set since the year 2020. Okay, so newer, right? Yes, newer, a new book. You know, a TBR as a booktuber shouldn't make me this stressed out because it's only 3 books. I have to read more than 3 books, but this specific TBR is only supposed to be 3 books. Stressed. A new release. You know, I don't actually know. I feel like I have some... I want all the books I'm going to be reading off my bookshelves, which is why I keep looking behind me. But I don't really think I have that many new releases, if I'm being completely honest with you. Let's filter these books, you know? 2022, 2022. What do I got? Okay, I found one, I think. There's a couple on this list that I do own. Oh, there's that one too, though. Shoot. Oh, God, I have hair all over. Oh, boy. I need to finish a series. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with Broken Web by Lori M. Lee. This one is signed by the author, as is the first one that I have. So this is book 2. Book 1, which is Forest of Souls. So this is a duology and I really want to finish this duology. So I'm going to be reading Broken Web, but Forest of Souls. So I have no family, no home, no talent other than fighting. If I'm not to be the shadow, then I am nothing. I am tired of being nothing. After years of training to become the queen's next royal spy, Saoirse Ashwin's plans are derailed when shamans attack and kill her best friend, Sango. And then Saoirse somehow restores Sango back to life. So she brings her best friend back to life after her best friend is murdered, and yeah. She's unveiled as the first soul guide in living memory and is summoned to the domain of the Spider King. So basically she has trained all of her life to be the queen's next spy, and after she brings her friend back to life, this is no longer possible, or the queen will no longer do it, and kind of goes from there. And book one. I really liked book one. It wasn't my favorite book in the world, but it was still really, really good, and I'm super intrigued for book two. And yes, so I will be reading Broken Web and finishing a goddamn series, because I'm one of those. I don't finish series ever. It's a toxic trait. Yeah. And rule number 3. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Letter. Oh my gosh, I don't remember what that is. Please hold. Okay, for this one, letter, I have to do a random letter generator. So I'm going to have to do that and then pick a book. So, okay, random letter generator. Is that a thing? Random letters from A to Z. Random word generator. I don't want a random word generator. I just want a random letter generator. Okay, capital letters or lowercase. I don't know, just capitals are fine. Okay, so I have so many tabs open. Here is the letter. So let's see if I can do this. And L, eh? Not ideal, but here we are. Okay, let me look. Okay, I just organized my TBR on my story graph, and I'm just scrolling until I get to the L's. Scroll until I get to the L's. I'm at C. This might take a while. We made it. Okay, so only ones that I currently own. The Last Namsara. Do I own that? I feel like it's over here somewhere. Oh yes, I do own The Last Namsara. Do I want to read it? I don't know. Leaving Time by Jodi Picoult. Legend. I think I own that. Maybe. Yes, I own that. So I own Legend. Legend Born. I've been meaning to read that. Ooh. I own that, right? Yeah, right? Yes, I do. But that's a big book. Can I commit? Letters to the Lost. I've been putting off for so long. It's ridiculous. I'm almost embarrassed. I think I'm going to go with Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer. It's been a long time coming. I need to read it. It's also a really good opportunity for me to get another book off my bookshelves, because when it comes to contemporaries like this, I don't usually reread them, and I usually just unhaul them after I read them. So I almost went with Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer for my last book, and since I didn't, I feel like maybe I should go with a different book from her, and a book that will maybe make room on my bookshelves for new books. So this one is about Juliet, who is drowning in grief after her mother's death. And then there's Declan, who is trying to escape the demons of his past. So Juliet starts writing letters to her mother, who is deceased, and then one day she gets a letter back. So she's writing letters in hopes that it's going to help her cope, and is one of maybe her grieving methods, writing letters to her mother and leaving them, I don't know, somewhere. So Declan finds one of these letters and he actually responds, and so I'm assuming this romance maybe starts, but it's two very, you know, sad, grief-stricken teens who maybe fall in love after they connect, and how they are both just very sad, lonely, depressed human beings. So I've been putting this off for a really long time, but I feel like I need to start putting in contemporaries in between all my fantasies. So I will be reading Witchy, which is a graphic novel, Broken Web, which is book 2 to The Forest of Souls, and then Letters to the Lost, which is a contemporary, and I'm really excited to actually get to it. Okay, and then you're like, wow, Sarah, 3 books, that's not a lot. One's a graphic novel. I am reading other books. So, one I am currently reading that I just started, I think yesterday, is A Strange Hymn by Laura Thalissa. This is book 2 in the Bargainer series, and I am already 82 pages in, and coincidentally, I'm pretty sure that I found this series because I watched Becca in the Books' channel. So yes, this is book 2, and I recently reread book 1. It was like the second time I've reread it, so I've read it a total of 3 times, but I've never gone on. So I finally just picked up book 2. I was like, I gotta pick it up, I gotta read it. So I'm reading this one. And then for my book club that I am... Poor Margaret. I am so sorry, Margaret. Shout out to Margaret. Check out our channel. The last month I was in Japan, I was so overwhelmed. I wasn't reading. And so I moved all of our book month picks 1 month. And yeah. So I am going to be finishing up The Rape of Nanking by Iris Chang, and this is a lot. It's taking me a lot longer to get through because it's so freaking depressing. And if you're not aware, that this is a non-fiction book about the massacre of Nanking during World War II when Japan invaded China and specifically Nanking. So it's a lot. It's very gruesome. It's considered the lost Holocaust, if that basically puts anything into perspective for you. It's taken me a while. The book we are pairing up with that book for our Curious Minds book club, where we pair a nonfiction and a fiction together, is The Poppy War, which is super, super popular. Like, this book is everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. And I've been putting it off for years, okay? And yeah, so I even got these special dust jackets. So I have this one, and this is an epic adult high fantasy novel. It's very dark, it's very gruesome, and it is inspired by true events of basically the massacre or rape of Nanking, but in a fantasy epic high setting. Don't know much more about that. I've stayed away from all spoilers for this series, every single one. I know it's intense, and I know people keep telling me I'm going to absolutely love this book and this series, but I've just been putting it off because that's the type of person I am. So, and then because I gotta mention these books, I'm reading them, I have to read them, but I am part of the Star Squad, which is a team to help promote Josephine Angelina's new book, Scions. And so I have a whole announcement video of us doing a read-along of the main trilogy before the release of her new book on October 4th. So that is honestly the video before this one. So if you haven't seen it, we have already read 2 of the 3 books of the first trilogy, but it's going to be a good time. We're finishing it out. My next video, or the video after my next video, is actually a really fun video for the read along, and I'm really excited to share that with you. We are going to be reading Goddess, which is the conclusion of the main trilogy. If you aren't aware of this series, the first one is called Star-Crossed, and it is a Greek mythology star-crossed lovers book, and they are basically demigods who are the descendants of, you know, all the characters from the Greek myths that we are, you know, familiar with. So this is the conclusion of that main trilogy, and we are going to be reading Goddess. But I also got an arc because I am on her team of the new book, which is Scions, which is going to be, I think, a trilogy before the main trilogy. So this is a prequel series or prequel book before the Star-Crossed series, and this follows Daphne, which is the mother of the main character Helen in the main trilogy. And in the main trilogy, we're always like, hey, what is going on with Daphne? What is going on with Helen's mother? Because she makes some really questionable choices, and she's not the greatest mother in the world. But we get background now. We get it explained to us in just a matter-of-fact way. We get her story, things start coming together, and I'm not very far in this. I started reading it on my iPad because I was sent a signed copy of Scions from Josie herself, but when it arrived here at my house in the United States, I was still living in Japan, so she she also sent me an e-arc of it, and that's where I started it. But I do have both, and I'm really excited to finish this one, get my review up before October 4th so everyone can dive right into the series, or if you've already read the series, revisit the series. So this is the last one that I have to read this month, the month of September. So I'm going to do this because, you know, your girl needs an arm workout. Okay. So, oh my gosh, getting all wonky there. So, for Becca's Bookoplathon, I'm reading Broken Web, Witchy Letters to the Lost. And then for a book I'm currently in the middle of, I'm reading A Strange Hymn. And then for my book club, the Curious Minds book club with Margaret, I need to read The Poppy War, and I need to finish The Rape of Nanking by Iris Chang. And then for the read-along that I am co-hosting with the Star Squad and author Josephina Angelini, we are going to be reading Goddess. And as the Star Squad, I was given ARC and e-arc of science that I need to finish and get my review up on, you know, all the websites we are familiar with. So I'm reading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. Did I count that way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8 books. And here we are. So, like I said, I am very busy. I'm very stressed out, and I'm not used to giving myself homework. So here we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out Becca's announcement video and her TBR, and she's having reading sprints on her channel, and she has recommendations up on her channel. If you are also participating, please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all next time. I love. Bye.